Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. President Obama does an amazing thing. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As alert Americans know, former UN Ambassador Susan Rice misled the world about the assassination of the American ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens, despite being told by the CIA that an organized terror attack may have killed the ambassador and 3 other Americans. Ms. Rice went on TV and said this.
The best information and the best assessment we have today is that, in fact, this was not a pre-planned, premeditated attack. That what happened initially was that it was a spontaneous reaction to what had just transpired in Cairo as a consequence of the video.
Now, that caused a huge controversy, and the Benghazi situation is still unresolved. Americans still don't know who screwed the whole thing up. So you would think that Ambassador Rice would keep a low profile. You would think. Today, President Obama announced that Ambassador Rice is his new national security advisor. She'll replace Tom Donilon, who will leave in July. Some pundits say this is an insult to the Republican Party, but it's not. It is defiance to all Americans who care about protecting diplomats abroad. Talking Points doesn't believe Susan Rice lied. I believe she was told what to say and said it. She did no investigation herself. But Ms. Rice knows, she knows who gave her the misleading talking points, and she will not testify to that. Therefore, Susan Rice is the face of the Benghazi chaos. And now she's been rewarded, promoted by a president who also refuses to explain what happened in Libya. Outrageous? You bet. President will also not explain the IRS situation. His defenders denying that former IRS Chief Douglas Shulman visited the White House 157 times. But he was cleared into the people's house 157 times. That is a fact. Those who diminish the Shulman factor are lying directly to you. Of course, the White House could clear all this up very easily, but the president chooses not to, and his acolytes defend that.
Many of those meetings were for healthcare implementation. I was in them with him. So there's nothing nefarious going on. Just because Bill O'Reilly is raising questions about it, it doesn't mean that there's actually anything going on here.
No, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. If there wasn't anything going on, then the White House should release information about the meetings. They have it, release it, right? So what we have here is a defiant president. If he wants to promote Ambassador Rice, he's going to do it. If he wants to stonewall about the IRS commissioner, he'll do that as well. And that's where we are on June 5th, 2013. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, reaction with us, one of the stars of the 5, Bob Beckel. Let's take the Rice promotion first. You agree with it?
I agree with it. I think she's highly qualified, and I do think there is a little bit of defiance by Obama, because I don't think the American people, in fact, care much about Benghazi. It's a sad thing, but that's gone beyond them.
Now, why would you, if you were a leader of a country, and you're not just the leader of your party, but you're the leader of all Americans, why would you, and I think you're aptly put it, kind of give everybody a little jazz, kind of give them the middle digit? Why would you do that?
Well, first of all, I think he wanted to be Secretary of State, and that got knocked out because of the Benghazi thing, because somebody gave her some bad talking points. We don't know who those are.
But shouldn't she say who they are?
Well, so listen to this. There's one thing you keep in mind. The National Security Advisor does not have to testify. That is the one person who does not have to testify.
Isn't that shady?
Well, shady how?
Because she may be getting the appointment because she won't have to testify.
Well, maybe that's the
Isn't
answer.
that shady?
Listen, do you really believe that Benghazi was some big, complicated conspiracy?
No, I think it was incompetence.
I think it was too.
Well, why don't we, the people, get the facts so that we can know who was incompetent so it won't happen again? Does that make sense?
They call themselves dumb. Have you ever heard of an administration calls themselves dumb?
Well, wait. I don't want it to happen again. So shouldn't we know what happened? Aren't we an open society? Aren't we supposed to be transparent here? Are we supposed to be shady?
No, I think we should know. Tom Donilon's an old friend of mine. He used to work for me. I think that Tom probably will admit as much as anybody that mistakes were made. They should have sent their people out to try to.
But they already admitted there were mistakes made. Hillary Clinton took full responsibility. The problem is we don't know what she took responsibility for.
No, the only thing we don't know is who ordered the stand down. That's the only last issue.
No. We don't know a number of things. We don't know who gave Susan Rice the talking points to go out and mislead the world. I'd like to know that, and I think you would too.
I think Tom Donilon gave them to him.
You think?
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Well, Bill, does it really matter?
It matters to me.
It matters to you.
Yes.
Well, if it matters
and I think
to
it matters to millions of our viewers
right
right
now. Then it don't matter to America. I mean, I've got to tell you. Yeah, okay.
I am the pulse.
Yeah, you are the pulse.
But let's get back to the shady business, because you hit on a couple of things. Ambassador Rice gets appointed national security advisor. You don't have to testify. All right? That seems to me a shady reason to do it.
Well, you know, you could say that that's the reason she was appointed national security advisor. I don't believe that. I think he wanted her as national security advisor when she couldn't be.
No doubt he wants her. She's a very loyal soldier. But she's got a big black mark on her resume. She was given false talking points. And again, I think I was fair to her. I don't think she consciously lied. I think she was given, hey, Ambassador Rice, here's what you say. And she went, sure, I'll say it, because I'm the kind of person I am. She didn't investigate. All right, I'm giving her a pass on that. But now she knows who gave her the talking points, so tell the American people.
We know the talking points were misled by General Petraeus, number one. He's admitted that.
No. He said he didn't want it there. He wouldn't sign off on it.
He wouldn't sign off on it because he put a lot of things in that were self-serving to him, which is not unusual for Petraeus.
No, that's not what he said. He said he wouldn't sign off on it because he was uneasy about bringing his video in as the primary motivator of the attack. That's why he wouldn't sign off on it.
His CIA people told him that it was the wrong thing to do. And he went ahead and said he wanted to do it. He said, if you can't do it, then take it out.
Yeah, he didn't want the whole thing. He knew was bogus. But let's get back to the shady factor. This is shady. And as a guy who wants honest government, and I assume you do, all right, why aren't you with me saying, look, we want to know who gave Rice the talking points. We want to know who exactly said stand down in Libya. And we want the IRS commissioners' meetings to come out. Those are simple things.
I said 3 weeks ago, and I think I said in this program, that the answer to this is President Obama ought to hold a press conference and answer all these questions at one time. Well, that's the decision they make. It's not a decision I agree with, nor is something that I think is good for him.
you have to go, Bob Beckel, have to go to Washington, and I'll pay for it. And I'll put you up
that's
to
all right.
a nice hotel.
I can handle it.
And I want you to stand in front of the White House with a sign saying, please hold a press conference and answer these questions, Mr. President.
Well, you know, I can
will
get
you
in
do
the White
that?
House. I could get in the White House and say the message inside, so it's all right. I don't think you could, but
you're a big shot. You are a big shot.
No, I'm not a big shot.
All right, well, I want you to go down there and get in the White House and tell them that, and they will log you in, and they will know who you're talking to, because that's what they do at the White House.
I have defended Obama for the last 3 weeks on this show and on my own show, and I feel like the only fire hydrant at the Westminster Dog Show.
Okay.
Okay?
I have a line for that, but if I said it, it would be not nice, and I'm not going to say it, because we appreciate Beckel coming on and taking a heat every week. All right. Next on the rundown, far-left Democrats actually